Once I got home, I slammed the door shut and leaned against it, trying to breathe, but no matter how much air I pulled in, my chest still felt tight. Later, Jisoo called. I didn't even pretend I was okay. He told me Hyungwoo hadn't said a word after I left. He stayed in his room alone, skipped breakfast, then left home without even looking at Jisoo. Somehow, that made it worse. Knowing he shut down completely after I left, it hurt in a way I didn't expect. About half an hour later, Jisoo came to our house, looking more serious than usual. Something was off. I could tell right away. Then he told me he saw someone outside before Hyungwoo left, a tall man in a black mask, just standing by the gate. Not the same one from before. That detail chilled me. The next 2 days felt like a blur. I didn't go out, didn't check my phone. I couldn't bring myself to. Jisoo kept showing up with updates, saying Hyungwoo was working non-stop, pretending everything was fine. But I knew better. That's what he always did. Pretend. I didn't know why I couldn't stop thinking about him. But every hour that passed made the ache in my chest sharper. Then, my phone vibrated. Unknown number. It's me. I froze. My chest tightened. I didn't need a name. I knew. Another message followed. Are you still mad at me? My jaw clenched. Then, save my number. Save as best friend's brother. Haha. What the hell? Then one more. Your earphones are here in my room. I'll throw them if you don't reply. I finally responded. Give it to Jisoo. Angry face. I tossed my phone on the bed and groaned. This guy. He picks a fight and then texts me like nothing happened? That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. I told myself I didn't care if he was seeing someone, that it wasn't my business. But still, it felt like he was reaching for me, like he was asking for something, silently. I don't remember when I fell asleep. Somewhere between dreams and reality, I heard a voice. Minho. My eyes fluttered open, and then I sat up. Hyungwoo stood near my bed, faintly smiling. I blinked, heart skipping. The clock read 3:30 a.m. What? My voice came out rough with sleep. He didn't answer, just tilted his head toward the window. I followed his gaze. It was open. I'd left it that way because of the heat. Forgot to close it. Why are you here? I whispered. Still, no reply. Just that unreadable, soft smile. He stepped forward and placed a small bag on the bed. A pretty one, wrapped like a gift. Before I could say anything, he turned and walked back to the window. Hyungwoo. But he was already gone. I rushed to the window, but when I looked down, he'd vanished into the night. Had he seriously broken into my room just to drop off a bag? I finally turned back to the bed. I opened the bag slowly. Inside, a neatly folded white t-shirt. On the front, bold black letters. Love. I swallowed. Beneath it, my earphones. And then, a small black box. My fingers hovered over it for a second before I lifted the lid. Inside, a simple silver bangle. Sleek, minimalist. Nothing flashy, but it felt personal. There was a note tucked in. His handwriting was quick, a little messy. Wear this, or throw it away. I don't care. Want to say thanks for being with me that night. I exhaled slowly, chest tight. He would never say this out loud. Not in a million years. But somehow, this said more than words. Then I noticed the tiny PS at the bottom. Don't get serious about the word on the t-shirt. I just grabbed the first one I saw in the shop. I frowned. Damn idiot. I tossed the note onto the bed and grabbed the t-shirt again, running my fingers over the bold black letters. Love. First one he saw in the shop. Yeah, right. I sighed, rubbing my temple. I can't understand this man. Never. And yet, I carefully folded the note again and placed it back inside the box. Then, without thinking, I slipped the bangle onto my wrist. My phone buzzed again. Do you like it? I scoffed. Didn't he just say I could throw it away? I didn't respond. 5 minutes passed. Knock. Knock. Not at the door. At the window. My heart jumped. I turned. There he was, again, standing outside, hands in his pockets. I let out a frustrated breath and opened the window. He climbed in smoothly, like he'd done it 1,000 times. "You didn't reply," he said quietly. I grabbed the nearest pillow and threw it at him. "You broke in at 3 a.m., dropped a mystery bag, jumped out a window, and now you're back because I didn't text you back. Are you insane?" He caught the pillow midair, not flinching. Then, barely audible, he muttered, "It looked good on you." I froze. My eyes flicked to my wrist. I hadn't even realized I was still wearing it. "Idiot," I mumbled, looking away. He didn't argue, just smirked. Then he raised his wrist. The same bangle. "No way." He stepped closer, pressing his wrist against mine. Matching. I stared, speechless. "Why are you doing this?" My voice came out like a breath. He didn't answer at first, just tilted his head slightly, that infuriating smirk tugging at his lips. "I can do whatever I want with things that belong to me." I blinked. "What did you say?" "You heard me," he said quietly. I clenched my fists. "I'm not your thing." He let out a soft laugh, walking toward the window again, then stop acting like one. Before I could say anything, he climbed out again. Gone just like that. But this time, he didn't just leave behind a gift. He left a storm inside me.